We are going to talk about muscular system, and there are three types of muscles we focus upon. As you're talking about the three types of muscles, you'll find we're going to compare skeletal muscle with cardiac and with smooth muscle. In fact, the skeletal and cardiac muscles are called as striated. They have striations. What is the striations? Striations means there'll be alternating bands which are dark and light, dark and light. So these alternating bands, dark and light, though the skeletal muscles are more prominently striated and cardiac muscles are not that much striated, but they are striated, though the smooth muscles are non-striated muscle. The striations are not evident. What is the other difference between these muscles? That we'll find out. But first you look at the skeletal muscles. Detail. Skeletal muscles are long cylindrical cells. Long cylindrical cells. Actually, they are syncytium. What do you mean syncytium? They are multinucleated. But why they are multinucleated? Because there is loss of cell membrane. Between cells, you don't have cell membranes. So skeletal muscle is a long cylindrical cell which is not having cell membrane boundaries. There are no cell membrane in between cells, and it is a syncytium. Actually, it's multinucleated appearance, and nuclei are also at the periphery. Periphery. Can you see? The nuclei will be at the periphery most of the time. And these are alternate bands of dark light, dark-like bands. A band, anisotropic, and I band, isotropic band. So A band, anisotropic, I band, isotropic, light, dark, light, dark, alternating bands, giving striated appearance. And how is it different from the cardiac muscle? Actually, cardiac muscles, they do have cell boundaries, and cell boundaries are so prominent that they are forming some intercalated discs. So this is cell boundary, this is cell boundary, this is cell boundary, this is cell boundary. In cardiac muscles, there are cell boundaries. It is not a syncytium, basically. And the other thing, they are striated but less striated, and you will see that the nuclei are having a particular thing. What is that? Perinuclear halo. There will be, though it is not evident in this diagram, but perinuclear halo will be there. So in the cardiac muscles, there will be perinuclear halo. Yes. And one more thing, that when you are talking about the cardiac muscles, they are branching. You see, they are branching. Can you see that the cardiac muscles, they are branching like this, like this. So branching pattern is seen in cardiac muscles. These are the intercellular boundaries, cell membranes, and intercalated disc. We have to talk more about intercalated disc in a short while. How do you know it is a smooth muscle? Smooth muscle can be seen in gut tube, respiratory tube, renal tube, genital tube. Almost all tubes have smooth muscles, and it is spindle-shaped cells. Spindle-shaped cells. So spindle-shaped cells striated? No, there is no striations. No striations are evident. So spindle-shaped cells are there, and no striations evident. Actually, it is like this: spindle-shaped cells with a nucleus. Another spindle-shaped cell with nucleus. Another spindle-shaped cell with nucleus. If you say the smooth muscles are like that, how is the cardiac muscle then? Actually, when you are comparing the three, you can just draw the diagram. For smooth muscles, you have draw a diagram like spindle-shaped cell, spindle-shaped cell, spindle-shaped cell. How will you draw the cardiac muscle? Cardiac muscle, I have branching fibers. And what is the other thing? I have a nucleus, and that nucleus is with the perinuclear halo. Perinuclear halo. Perinuclear halo. Perinuclear halo. Perinuclear halo. This is perinuclear halo. So there are branching cells and with perinuclear halo. Yes, that is cardiac muscle. And there are some intercalated disc. Intercalated disc, intercalated disc, intercalated disc, intercalated disc. They are cell membranes. Cell membranes. But do you see cell membranes between cells in skeletal muscles? No. No. You will see how the skeletal muscles appear. Long cylindrical cells. Long cylindrical cells. And multinucleated. One nucleus and the nucleus and the nucleus without any cell boundaries. So they are long cells and multinucleated without cell boundaries. No cell boundaries. It is like a syncytium. It is like a syncytium, multinucleated appearance and without cell membranes. In between the cells, it is like a syncytium. So these are some of the differences which you can use to differentiate between three types of muscles. Now, actually, we have to talk more about intercalated disc because a question came, it was asking, the marked structure, which is obviously intercalated disc, has all the cell junctions except. You remember we have discussed the cardiac muscle having gap junctions working like electrical synapses. So, of course, gap junction will be there. They will have the desmosomes attachment. They will have the zona adherence, but they don't have the tight junctions. That is your answer. So you're telling that zona occludens or the tight junctions, they're absent in the cardiac muscle? Yes, they're absent. That is your answer. Let me show you the diagram again. That diagram which we have seen is actually intercalated disc, which is cell boundaries, and they will have all the cell junctions, maybe zona adherens, macula adherens and the gap junction, but not the zona occludens. See, the diagram which we have seen earlier for cardiac muscle was here. Intercalated junction, the diagram is same diagram. If you remember, this is one diagram we have seen earlier telling this is one cell, the other cell having some intercellular space, maximum at the level of desmosome, 20 nanometer at fascia adherence and very minimal at the gap junction. This diagram was for cardiac muscle only. This is intercalated disc. Now if you say this is the intercalated disc, can you see which one is missing? If this is one cardiac cell, myocyte, another cardiac myocyte there, and this is the intercalated disc. What it does not have? Zona occludens is missing because desmosomes are there, fascia adherens is there, gap junction is there. And what is the purpose of gap junction? It is to transmit ions from this cell to other cell. Like calcium ions, yeah. For rhythm maintenance, yes. Like working like electrical synapse, yes, electrical synapse. They are faster than the normal neural synapses. And what if I damage them? If you damage them, be ready for cardiac arrhythmia. So that was about the cell junctions between cardiac muscles. Zona occludens is missing here. Tight junction missing here. So we'll keep our answer as choice number A. Yes, choice number A. Zona occludens is your answer.